See, today the main topic which is given to me is International Day of Accounting. We have heard International Days, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Friendship Day, Rose Day, Valentine's Day, lots of days are there. But this International Day of Accounting, or simply Day of Accounting, is just something recent. I'll go when I tell you the history, how it started and why it started and exactly what is the significance of this day. See, the accountants that we find, you just visualize any accountant of any company or any accountant of any shop nearby. That person keeps on maintaining the account. Too much time they give, that person gives and writes the books of account, cash book and other things. But that person does never come to focus. Other persons come to selfie and other photographs. And this person continuously works, because without the accountants working continuously, the whole world will stop. We don't see invisible, this accounting invisible. See, when accounting started in Mesopotamia and others, 3000 BC, 3000 years BC, before Christ, it started, history is there. But think of India, it is seen that 3000 years back, here also in China, India, Kautilya, Austrasastra, all these things are accounts there. But why I feel, I have not got the this list, any proof like that. But from common sense, Dr. Raju, you think of Mahabharata. Mahabharata Gita was written 5157 years back. At that time, don't think, I'm not talking about Gita, I'm talking about Dhritarashtra. How many sons he had? 100. And that was counting at that time. Someone counted 5000 years back. How many brothers Lord Ramachandra had? We know 4 brothers, isn't it? How many brothers? Ram, Lakshman, Shatrughan, and Bharat. Anyway, so counting was there. Sometimes so counting means accounting. I'm just thinking this way, when accounting started. But now also, I'm not going to tell you anything about importance of accounting or debit and credit, all these things, because your teachers are continuously teaching to these students, and students know it also. I'll drag you to some other area, which may not be common, may be common for Dr. Raju, Otonu sir, but it may not be common for undergraduates. I'll try to draw you to that side of accounting today. And let's go ahead. International Day of Accounting. It's moving. Yes. Oh, you have seen it is clearly visible, Dr. Raju, clearly visible. Okay. So
yes, sir.
Just see, dear students, I'm talking about the students. Please see this person. Anybody in your mind is coming? Who is this father of accounting? Father of accounting, the writing is clear, no? Father of accounting. It's this thing could have been a bit. I cannot see here for some reason or there, because this pictures have come above. No issue. So, dear students, I'm specifically talking to the students. 100 plus students are there. You please know this person, and if not yet done, you do something, that take a photograph of this person and enlarge it in a beautiful way and just keep somewhere in your college. I suggest, if it is not done. Dear students, this is Luca Paciello, and he belongs to Italy. In 1494, he introduced the rules of debit and credit. That's why I put his picture here. And in 1494, whatever research he did, he was a mathematician, and he said that there are 2 aspects. One is debit and other is credit. And that 2 aspects, you see, that double entry bookkeeping, what he introduced, has no linguistic barrier, no religious problem, and nothing. There's most secular double entry all over the world. People follow double entry. Maybe there are 2 systems. One is coming from England, English approach, and other is coming from USA. USA means modern approach or American approach, where teachers are teaching you debit and credit. But the ultimate thing is same, that two entries. One is debit, one is credit. And this person is the one who introduced. And his book of research was published in 1494 on this day. So this day is chosen for this reason. But before, it's only 700 years back, 600 years back, during the time when Srimanta Shankardev was preaching his religion in Assam. During that time only, he introduced double entry. Now, before that also, 3,000, 4,000 years back also, accounting was there, we get it. But these accountants, That way, they didn't get any that type of respect, which beyond salary, that type of respect, that type of recognition. So today we shall take 4 or 5 minutes to discuss why international accounting standard and when. Little bit I have told you about why and when International Day of Accounting is to be celebrated. Just what is significance? As I've already told you that accountants are not given enough credit for all the hard work and labor. Few years back when there was a conference of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, I think in Kolkata or Delhi somewhere, and respected Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, respected Narendra Modi ji was there, and he said his sentence. He said that chartered accountants are more important than MBAs. This may be debatable, but he said, but you think yourself also, MBAs, management people, they get things done by others. And these people, accountant, they continuously do the work, and without that, the world will stop, but they don't get that much of credit. Raju, hope I'm not talking too fast. Audible clearly? Okay, because I'm thinking of the students. International Accounting Day celebrates and recognizes the significant role of that accountants who play in keeping the world going. What does it mean? If the accountant stops, world will stop. Even for the students' information, I'm telling you one thing. See, your Dindal College having some logo, Guwahati Commerce College having some logo, like the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is also having some logo. And like Guwahati Commerce College, it is written, Vidyaya Vimuchyate. You wash out all negativities through education, like that. So similarly, one logo is there for Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. And in that logo, please verify from Google, those who don't know, I'm talking about the male students. This I'm not telling to teachers, they know it. So there this logo includes a motto, and motto is Tesham Jagriti, like that. I don't remember the total Sanskrit, Jagriti Tesham, like that. I don't know the meaning. It's said about auditors. And the meaning is that when the whole world is sleeping, we are awakened, we are awake. We have to observe. This is about auditor, this is about accountant. And this motto was given by none other than one spiritual leader of India, Rishi Aurobindo. Rishi Aurobindo was invited. Some other people also gave, but his was accepted in 1950. In 1950, December 5, Rishi Aurobindo expired. But before that, in 1950, because Institute of Chartered Accountants was established in 1949. And in 1950, this logo was made and that is given. So much of importance given by Indian spiritualism to accountants and auditors. But no such day as such. You see, I have not seen any colleges here, including Guwahati Commerce College, celebrating this day. And what Dindal has done is really opening my own eyes also. The first, in 1972, first San Diego chapter of California Society of Certified Public Accountants, they observed a day recognizing the careers of accounting in 1972. See, this is in California. First time. Before that, people didn't think of these poor accountants. I'm not saying poor in monetary terms, but this recognition. And why this was done? Because accounting is a tedious work. When turbulence does not tell you, now it is very easy, tally and other things, softwares are there. When we were doing our chartered accountancy articleship, we used to do with pen and pencil, big ledgers and count, and turbulence does not tell you. It cannot make the balance sheet and put it in a suspense account, and next day, 31st March. All these problems we faced. We means all people faced, but now it's a bit different. So these people, even now, these people are so dedicated accountant. So to encourage and inspire the young people to seek the accounting profession, this day was observed in 1972 in San Diego chapter of California Society of CPA, Certified Public Accountants. The Accounting Education Institution of the United States now runs this event. They every year they do it in USA. See, they have realized first. Therefore, every year on 10th November, see, there's some difference between English approach and American approach, but there's no controversy with lookup SCLO in all over the world, including America. Even talking of IFRS, America, sometimes they want to accept, sometimes we are happy with our standard. All these stories, different stories there. I'm not elaborating. But they also give equal importance as other people in the world give to look up a CLO. The 10th, in 1494, I told you he's a mathematician. He was a mathematician and he introduced double entry. And now, regarding International Accounting Celebration of International Accounting Day, this much I think stop here. But something I have to talk about accounting, because as I have been asked to say something on this day, on this auspicious day, about International Day of Accounting. It's over. All of you know, you Google it, find more details. But let us take a topic. Let's take a small topic, and that I'll be discussing. I thought last night what to talk. I'm not going to tell you debit and credit. I'm not going to tell you balance sheet and profit and loss account. I'm not going to tell you trial balance and rectification of errors. But I've chosen, maybe students will be liking it. All your teachers know it, what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about. This account, this topic, is the burning topic all over the world. Not today only. Thousands of years back also people started worshipping. We used to worship this God, that God. Why? We are very much concerned about our environment. Environment, everybody is concerned about environment, not only commerce people or arts people or environmental science people, everybody. But here I have chosen something will be interesting for the undergraduates, because sometimes in future they may study on this, because undergraduates, they don't have any topic on this particular environmental accounting. But that's why I am introducing to for the first time for the undergraduates. Environmental accounting. Now, the moment I say environmental accounting, students will be coming, sir, accounting means debit and credit, 2%. One is debtor, other is creditor. But sir, with environment what? Dear students, let me clarify in very simple language. In environmental accounting also, there are two parties. One is mankind, other is nature. One is mankind, other is environment. See, theoretically very easy to understand, but it is there in accounting. What nature gives us, think of that. What nature gives us, everybody thinks. Even people not doing commerce, they also concerned with environment. So what we get from the nature, you understand what we get, and what we give to nature, that should be accounted for individually, in the way of corporate system, in the way of country-wise, national-wise, international-wise. That has to be accounted for. Otherwise, all of you know what is going to happen in the nature, in the environment. So today I've taken this topic, environmental accounting, and I have made some research. See, accounting spelling is wrong here, don't mind. Here, accounting spelling is wrong. Last night I did somehow, accounting spelling is wrong, don't mind. So, but I am not talking about simply environmental accounting or benefit or loss. I am connecting it through United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. I'm just connecting. Hope students will not get confused. I'll be telling a very simple language, and I'll not be talking too much. I think it's just introductory. And IFRS. IFRS is in the course since 11 12 classes of commerce. International Financial Reporting Standard and United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. In these two, we shall search what is done about environmental accounting. Environmental theoretically very easy, but I have searched and found nothing directly is there in both these two. And how is what? Let us go ahead. Environmental accounting in connection with. So before that, let us remember, dear students, what UNO said. What UNO said, even G20 presidency in India, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That was our tagline. So, but before that only, earlier, this UNO is saying we should think of one plan, one planet, one plan, no plan B. Beautiful. One planet. Now another, this Chandrayaan, the moon is also being added. This is a different thing. But we are talking about one planet. It's not that India and England or India or Pakistan, India or USA. No, one planet. Think globally, and one plan. Make one plan for all over the world. And that is actually connected to environmental accounting. Those who do not study accounting, they also study this thing. But I am connecting. It's connected to the environmental accounting. No plan B. You make one plan for the whole universe. That type of topic. That is UNO is saying that. See, these are the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of UNO. All are not directly related to accountancy, but I have selected Dr. Raju, if you have not done, you can go for research paper also in this line. If you have not yet done, and Otonu and other commerce teachers, you can think in this line how it can connect it. See, 17 sustainable development goals. Everybody talks about it, not only commerce people, but what I have done, I've taken the 17 goals and I have marked red only six. Only six I've seen directly connected with accounting. See, clean water, sanitation. This is connecting with our day-to-day existence. Affordable, clean energy, connected. The sustainable cities and community. This concept, climate action. Dear students, today this commerce, accountancy, management, finance, all these things are not concentrated to any particular small area. These are all global. All teachers will teach you. These are all everything think of global. So life on land, all these things are directly connected to sustainable development goals. And just let me take 1 minute. Rabindranath Tagore, long back he said, I'm talking in Bengali, his poem, Dao Fireshe Oronno, Lo e Nogor. I'm not reciting total. Dao Fireshe Oronno, Lo e Nogor. Rabindranath Tagore. Why? Give me back that forest, take back this city life, this pollution, this breathlessness, this deforestation, this all environmental degradation. He felt 150 years back. Many people felt, thousands of years back also people felt that we are doing injustice to the nature, injustice to the environment. And there's a time to account for. Bring it to your account, debit, credit. That I am giving to the students today. And give me back that forest. Take this city. And what William Wordsworth said, if these belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? Man has destroyed the nature, what Wordsworth said. This also calls for environmental accounting. What is environment? See, we are born in environment, we live in environment, we shall ultimately be merged with environment. So we should think for protection of environment. We should think for environmental protection. And there are two parties I told you. One is man, other is environment. And there is accounting. This is not theoretical, dear students. It is practical. There can be journal entries, all these things there. The system of accounting, the two parties, man and environment. What we get from nature? We get food, water, shelter, dress, materials, air, oxygen, other gases, everything from environment. And what we give back? We give pollution, destruction. Environment is not going to tolerate it. Nature is not going to tolerate it. Everybody talking in this line, and I am talking in the line of accounting. So we have to maintain and see pollution, destruction of environment ultimately lead to harming ourselves and our future generation also. Remember, dear friends, dear students, we are earning, we are protecting, we are saving, we are enjoying our generation. This is one point. We should think for future generation also, and that is sustainability. That is sustainability, and we should do that also. Global phenomenon. This is not Indian or Assamese or whatever it may be. Nature takes its own revenge if you do too much. Few days back, last year I went to Indonesia. Thousands of small islands compose Indonesia actually, and some islands are going below the water when residents are there. Residential areas are there, and they're going below the water. Environmental issues, climate change. Some engineers told me that they are day and night, they are watching what happens to this nature, these islands. So nature does not spare anyone. Accounting has to be between environment and man. And this is known as environmental accounting, popularly known as green accounting also. See, realize the significance of environmental accounting. People have started realizing this. This is maybe tough for graduate students, but don't think anything tough. That get some idea which is not taught to you in undergraduates. Have some, after in PG and PhD, you'll be getting these things. So that thinking came to my mind, so I've taken this topic. Don't worry about it. Environmental has not yet become significant part of normal accounting. That's the problem. Environmental accounting, you are convinced to understand that there should be account. You are convinced to understand that we should not harm environment. But we are convinced that environmental accounting should be there. But the problem is that it has not become part of normal accounting, which is taught in colleges and and Institute Charter of Accounts. So 17 Sustainable Development Goals I've told you, and IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards, which are issued by International Accounting Standard Board since 2001. So these two areas I've searched what is available about environmental accounting. So regarding environmental awareness and demand of environmental accounting is increasing day by day all over the globe. We are saying no difference of language, no difference of religion, caste, color. If you think of environment, all are same. All over the world are thinking the same thing. That is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, what India spiritualism, that we think for other countries all over the globe. But no standard, you know there's IAS or International Accounting Standard or IFRS, these are there. But for environmental accounting, no concrete standards are still there. No concrete. I'll tell you some ray of hope is coming. I'll be sharing that. Lack of environmental reporting. Problem is that we understand accounting, but how to report, how to account for, how to penalize the people who don't follow. These are problems. So increased pace of industrialization, too much of industrialization, very good industrialization, but environmental degradation, who will account for that? These will be coming in environmental accounting. Nature is highly critical to our survival now. Our survival, nature is highly critical. Increasing stress of the nature. 75% of the Earth's surface has been altered by human activities only. Only very small areas left, and all others are occupied by human. And there's only small corner of planets left for the wildlife. For wildlife, only small corner. But there should have been some sustainability, some balance. These are not there. So how can you make balance sheet? So nature feels that. Nature is telling human being, you make trial balance for you and me also. You make balance, otherwise you will be finished. I'll finish you. Nature is saying. This is a fact. So, according to 2019 Global Assessment Report on the biodiversity ecosystem, 1 million elements of planets are threatened to extinction. So this is going on. Health issues, tremendous deteriorating, economic, livelihood, food scarcity, all these things are coming due to deforestation, desertification. It's a very beautiful word, desertification. The world is going to be desert in some areas. So these things have to be accounted for. And the stakeholders, stakeholders of a company, say shareholders, debenture holders, and people of the society, and all other people, they're stakeholders. They're not now satisfied only with profitability. Even shareholders are not satisfied only with profitability of the company, because more profit, then more dividend, very good. But now there is a sense in the minds of the investors that they will invest in those companies who are conscious and aware of environmental issues, who invest in environment. That sense has come and coming. They're not satisfied with only profitability. So every company is a corporate citizen. Every company in India, lots of laws are there. So Water Act, Environmental Protection Act, lots of these things are there to protect the environment. In other countries also, some are national, some are international. A company must be responsible towards the environment. A company cannot do pollution. Companies producing, giving employment, earning profit, huge industry, lots of production, export also. But suppose the company is doing against the environment, doing pollution, the pollution control board is there should be accounting. There should be accounting. So companies have to be very much conscious about maintaining the environmental relation. And proper environmental accounting is very essential. That is environmental accounting. This is actually environmental accounting. We should not think of beyond traditional accounting. It is a part of traditional accounting. It helps to know whether corporation is fulfilling the responsibilities towards environment or not. If a company is not doing their responsibility towards the company, then that company will have to account for. These are coming. The environmental accounting is, it is essential for meeting regulatory requirements, cleaning up pollution, properly disposing of hazardous materials. These are issues. Disclosing the amount and nature of protection measures taken by the company. How much money, as you know, regarding corporate social responsibility, 2% of the profit should be invested on CSR, all these things So like that, you have to do, companies to do more than that. So these are the, needs for environmental accounting. I'm going a bit fast here. You can find it in Google, you can find it in books. Environmental accounting gives guidelines for avoiding occurrence of environmental cost. Environmental accounting develop environmental attitude in a company. That's a very good thing. Environmental attitude that also should be built among the people. We should be having good attitude towards the environment. Very, very important thing. Environmental can control the raw material cost. Environmental accounting help in waste management. All these things are research topics. It can minimize the loss of global unhealthy competition. All over the world, unhealthy competition is there. So environmental accounting, they see you can divide this segment: environmental accounting, eco-balance environmental accounting, corporate environmental accounting, environmental financial report accounting, environmental national accounting. All these things are so many diverse branch of accounting is there. So I'm not going to go item by item here because time is very short. So environmental accounting is at national level and also at international level. It is special focus on natural resources with the environmental cost, natural resources, and 17 sustainable development goals. These are the main aim of the sustainable development goal of the United Nations are two, very simple two. Students, please remember this portion. You can take snap also. You can remember this. Decent lives for each and every one. Decent life for each and every one. Because suppose we are thinking we are decent, we are happy, we are okay. But neighbor, suppose your neighbor or in the footpath or some people are not decent, that will affect you. Which is the proof? COVID proved us. We even doubted our own friends. We hide our mask with mask to didn't take near the friends also and think the people in the footpath or somewhere else. So decent life for each and every one, otherwise world is very difficult to sustain. And next one you see, 2030. Today's 2023 is finishing off. 2030, only 7 years. This is a target of the UNO that the planet should be a healthy one. Whole planet should be a healthy one. There's a target, and not only UNO, all countries are working for this. And these are the main environmental. I have already shown it. What are the sustainable development goals? I've marked in color these things which are very, very important for us: climate action, life, all these things. Sustainable development, environmental protection, and sustainable development are meant for number 2. I marked 6 out of that. Those 6 are very much connected with environment. 6. Actually, there are 17, but I marked in color 6. You have seen. Those are very much connected with environment, and two points are there. One is protect the environment, and 2, in certain cases, you cannot protect, so minimize environmental degradations. And this I told you, one planet, no plan B. Active inclusion of environmental issues in accounting, both by trading and non-trading organizations. Come to the point now. What you thought earlier, sir, ye kaise accounting ho jayega? See, it has to become to trading and non-trading organizations. This is the thing, because business companies are the main causes of destruction. Industries are the main causes of destruction, deforestation, degradation. Have to control them. That is the thing. International accounting standard, both, they are not saying much about it. IASB, they're not saying much about it, about environmental accounting. Then these are the environmental little bit touch you can get. These are the list of IFRS. In IFRS, whatever IFRS, dear students, please remember IFRS 6. Only I have seen in IFRS 6 they talk about environment. And other IFRS, they are not talking. And in UN Sustainability Development Goals, out of 17, 6 are connected with environmental protection. And in IFRS, only 6 is connected. But this cannot go. There should be something concrete to protect the environment, and that should come to accounting. Other things are okay. Other things they're doing their work. But if accounting is not controlled, then there is a problem. See, this is exploration for an evaluation of mineral resources. This is only coming in IFRS 6. There can be some paper or article you can write about it, which is doing something for, thinking something for environment. But ray of hope is there. See, I'm very much frustrated with UN Sustainability Development Goals. Out of 17, only 6 are talking about environment, but not very forcefully, not very powerfully. And in IFRS, lots of IFRS is there, but only 1/6 is talking about environment, but not very powerful, not very forceful. So something should be done. This is a new thing has come in very 22. New thing has come. Please remember, like in 2001, International Accounting Standard Board was set up for formulating IFRS. Similarly, another board, please remember, they are giving some, but this has not become operative till now. They are giving, this is International Sustainability Standard Board, International Accounting Standard Board, International Accounting Standard Committees, this, then Financial Accounting Standard Committee, USA, and this is a new one. This is a ray of hope. What is it? International Sustainability Standard Board. There should be some accounting standards will maintain sustainability. I told you, not only for our generation, for future generation, we have to sustain the world, because we shall not be here after 100 years. But after that, new people will be coming. For that also, you have to thinking. So the name is very beautifully given, International Sustainability Standard Board. And they are working specifically for this. They have also created or made some standard, but not yet effective. Then last will consider two proposed standards. Yes, IFRS 1, IFRS 2, ISSN. I'll tell you that. It's one is climate related disclosure and the other is general sustainability. Climate related, deal with climate, how to deal with, and another is sustainable. How you can make your company, make your industry, make your world sustainable for future generation. This is one. And another, just deal with the climate at present for our life. The two beautifully, one for ours, we shall protect ourselves, we shall protect the future. And second one is sustainability is related to that. Proposed standards. See, these are the standards are also there, but not yet effective. IFRS S1, IFRS S2, they are standard. We know IFRS, but they have given IFRS S, means IFRS sustainability. S1, I have not written here, and another S2, which is very much connected to the environmental. They made exposure draft also to account for environment, but not, I'm just repeating, not yet that effective, but it will be coming. Maybe when these graduate students will become professor after 5 years, it will be coming to, I'm not talking about course only. I'm talking about it will be mandatory for the companies or for anybody who is dealing with the nature. So G20 is there. G20 is also wants it. International Organization of Security Commission, then other organization all want that we should have a society which is protection for ourselves and also protection for future. 15 and 16 November 2022, International Sustainability Standard Board met. They had a meeting only 1 year back. Then they make S1, IFRS S1. S means sustainability. IFRS, you understand, International Financial Reporting Standard, Sustainability 1, another Sustainability 2. So this thing, Sustainability 1 is general requirement, Sustainability 2 is climate related. So these are going to come. This is, I'm talking about environmental accounting, just I'm summing up in few minutes. Environmental accounting principles, practices are mainly used by organizations to more accurately trace environmental cost back to specific activities. That is, whatever you're doing in the industry, environmental cost is there, and how you are making up that cost. If you purchase something from another person, you pay money. But if you destroy the environment, what you're giving back? Environment does not belong to you or your generation. Environmental belongs to you, your generation, also future generation. And you are destroying, and how you are accounting for that? You're not accounting for that, no standard, nothing. Chartered accounts are not saying anything, and ICP are not saying anything. There has to be, this cannot go a long way. And if this is not taken into consideration, nature will not spare us. That is the very simple to understand. And dear students, for interested students, if you ultimately pass environmental accounting, growing subject, more important than IFRS. It's very, very important. Lots of jobs, lucrative jobs you'll be getting. Once you pass environmental accounting, a time will come, every company must have an environmental accountant, an environmental auditor, helping discussion make to energy efficiency. So these are the scope for employment of environmental accountants. Who will employ them? If you pass environmental accounting, you can search in Google what are the courses available in environmental accounting. If short-term course you can do also. larger corporation, oil companies, manufacturing plants, government agencies, independent consultants, they are going to employ environmental accounting. You have understood, you have heard chartered accountant, cost accountant, management accountant, auditor, environment, then one more, forensic accountant, so many types of accountants, and now you go for environmental accountant. This is a very recent one, and very one slide only. See how material is coming. Input is input. It becomes production, and from production you consume, and there is money, economy, environment, and then it comes waste. And you are talking about material, water, land, and energy, then production, then consumption. If you don't think of the output of not the product, output of waste, emission, which is polluting the air, soil, water. If you don't account for that last part, you see last segment, you can see here, then environmental accounting is not maintained. It's so nicely given. What we're doing, we are taking material, land, and other things, energy, produce, and then consume. Production, consume, finish. Production, consumption, profit, finish. And the next, left out, waste. So environmental accounting will look for this also. It's very beautifully I've written 2 lines, you see. Economic information on environment and environmental information on economy. Economic information on environment and environmental information on economy. Environmental accounting deals with these 2 things, and corporations should do these things. I need not talk here anything. You can understand what corporations should do. They are doing it. Corporations should responsibility. They are doing all these things, plantation and other things. This is only one. There are a lot of other things. How to channelize your waste products to the channel, how you can do it, and you can see what is happening in the seabeds. All plastics are there. So all these things coming. I'm not detailing it, just very few. So undertaking various activities like prevention, removal, and minimizing of harmful effects of environment. Very simply, socially responsible. How we can make ourselves socially responsible? Very brief. Prevent the environment, remove and minimize the harmful effect on the environment. This is coming to accounting. Environmental pollution, consumption of limited natural resources. We are having very limited natural resources. We are finishing off. So how to preserve? Investors and tech, the responsibility cannot be traditionally limited to stakeholders. You cannot depend on the investors and tax authorities only. You should do beyond that. Investors may want more profit. And some investors have started thinking that they will invest in companies who are environmentally conscious. That's good. But still, corporations are going for only profit. If it is that, then there should be some control by the government. Lots of laws are there in India. I'm talking about India. But it should be more powerful, and it must come to accounting. When it comes to accounting, like balance sheet, PL account, then it can be more effective. And my IFRS, they allow inclusion of numerous environmental costs, little bit indirectly. In IFRS and International Accounting Standard, cost of energy consumption, cost of association, waste, these things are there. But how to minimize the degradation, those things are not very effective. See, Dr. Raju, you see what happens in company balance sheet these days. In company balance sheet, you see the company balance sheet. And earlier, you used to write, even BCom students have to study that. We used to write the heading under which, land, building, and furniture comes. That heading is what? Fixed asset. You cannot write fixed asset. The word fixed asset you cannot use now. Students know it. The latest in 2013 Companies Act, whatever balance sheet was earlier given, at that time also fixed asset was there. Now you cannot write fixed asset. I thought, why? Instead, you shall write property, plant, and environment. The accounting standard AS1, which is for India, property, plant, and equipment. They are saying don't write fixed asset. Index 16, Indian accounting standard, property, plant. And IAS, International Accounting 16, also property, plant, and equipment. Why fixed asset cannot write? I searched. Raju, if you find something, tell me. But I have not found why fixed asset is removed and property, plant, and equipment has come as a heading. Beyond this, you write machinery, land, building, whatever. Beyond this heading, not beyond fixed asset. Don't write the word fixed asset in your balance sheet. Why? I thought a little bit alone, then found nothing is fixed in this world. Maybe it's my own opinion. I have not found anywhere. Nothing, think my logic, nothing is fixed in this world. What is fixed for me? Anything. There's no concept of fixed asset. Nothing. See, Harappa, Mohenjo-daros, Indus Valley civilization, 5,000 years back, gone. I'm not talking more than that. Gone. So all fixed assets, no fixed assets is fixed. Everything gone. Your furniture depreciated. All these things. So this property, plant, and equipment is to be written, and it is giving some sense of environmental accounting. You can connect. You can connect. Maybe due to environment only. You don't know. And one more thing, I want to accounting students and teachers will be finding it interesting. See, you have learned revenue expenditure and capital expenditure, right? Just one example. Not in PPT, revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure means the benefit we consume in 1 year, and capital expenditure exceed 1 year, right? And capital expenditure comes to balance sheet, and revenue expenditure comes to PL account or revenue account or statement of profit or loss account. We know this much. Now there's a problem. Think of Tata Nano. Tata Nano, that Tata car, that Tata car. Do you find anyone in the road now? Gone. Now you see, I had also purchased iPhone, and many people have purchased, but other phones they're going. So much of technological, obsolescence. Due to technological obsolescence, products are being obsolete, and companies going for new product. Okay, that much is okay. Obsolescence, okay. But I am thinking from different angle. When Tata Nano invested a lot of money in the fixed asset, machinery, and other things for producing Tata Nano car, and after 2 years, and whatever they've invested as fixed asset, they put in balance sheet, and whatever current, revenue, this came to PL account. Now what happened? When after 2, 3 years, 5 years, the taste of the people changed. Nobody is purchasing Tata Nano. Now whatever capital expenditures they made, where should they put? No balance sheet. Think, please, I'm talking about the teachers, young teachers. Please think in this line, sometimes share with me. I've thought this way. So this capital expenditure to go to balance sheet. The product itself is out of taste, out of technology. So what to do? So all these resources gone. Not only Tata Nano, mobile, computer, all these things. You do something, fixed asset in balance sheet, and ultimately that product is gone. What happens in the capital expenditure? You little bit write off every year, but after 2, 3 years, ना रहेगा बास ना बजेगी बसोरी. ऐसे होता है कि product itself is gone out of people's taste and fashion, and products you are not producing, but a huge amount of fixed asset you made as capital expenditure. ये कहा जाएगा. Think of that. Very much researchable বস্তু এটু. আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে, এখানে I have talked to you. Now let me sum up.